Now think about every product you've ever wanted to launch. You're talking about a digital template, maybe a journal, a course, or even merchandise that you created yourself. What if you can create promo visuals and mini commercials for all of that without a camera, without a designer, or even a huge thousand or more dollar budget? In this video, I'm going to show you 4 product types that you can promote using Leonardo AI that you can turn into simple videos, and then you can edit in CapCut. By the end, you'll have 4 plug and play ideas you can literally copy into your own workflow. Let's do this. Now let's start with digital products. We're talking Notion templates, planners. In fact, I actually have a particular planner that's doing relatively well in my other stores, and it's a Cornell Notes templates history that I actually sell. It's a digital product. So what I find is that whenever I have explainer videos, they do well, but I'm experimenting with more refined looking commercials. And I'm actually pretty excited about it because I came up with a few different frames, came up with a video in Leonardo. So let me go through a little bit about how I incorporated the actual product itself into the video, which is something I think a lot of digital marketers would love to do and are trying to do on whatever platform they're using. So let me just show you how I did it for this particular product. So here I am in my Leonardo dashboard, and let me show you exactly what I did. So with this one, in this particular image to video or text to video rendition, I decided to actually use VO 3.1. Why? Because VO 3.1 has a start frame and an end frame. So I want the video start frame to be one of the pages that I have in my product, whether, whatever page you want. And then the end frame is going to be the front page of the product, right? Because you want it to actually come up with all the different pages and then come up settle on that. That's what your audience is going to see. In this case, I have a prompt that says minimal clean end card scene. And from there, I go ahead and I click generate. And this is what I came up with.
The world is changing faster than ever. Every week feels like history unfolding before our eyes. What if learning history wasn't just about what happened, but about understanding what's happening right now? With this structured history template, learners can organize information, reflect on events, and turn the noise of today into meaningful understanding. Because when they take the time to record it, they begin to see the bigger picture. Help them capture history as it happens.
I'm not going to kid you. Coming up with this particular iteration took a couple of different tries, but this is what I ultimately settled with when I was doing my video. So my video comes out with the introduction, then it came out with, I think, 2 or 3 different scenes, and then I came up with this. And we'll see how it goes, and I'm excited about it because I can actually go ahead, if I wanted to modify a few things or if I want to take a particular frame out and maybe condense a little bit more, I can definitely do that. Now, if you're an author, you can definitely understand and sympathize how tough it is to come up with something to actually get people's attention. If you have something on KDP, Amazon, or another platform, or on all different platforms, you're fighting for everybody's attention across different platforms. So what you want to do is you want to actually see if you can focus your potential reader's attention with a commercial. So here I am in Leonardo Blueprints, and I actually go into how to use blueprints in a video that you can find. I'll actually link it up here. You can check that out after you finish here. And then you can go ahead and choose one of the different blueprints that would fit your book. Now, of course, be creative, be smart, and play around with it. So let me go ahead and give you a quick tutorial on what I did or what I was thinking of doing from one of my books. And I'm actually going to do product in dream state because I thought it was very cool. And what I did is going to actually update one of the images. And I do have an image of my book here, or one of my books here. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to generate this and animate it. And of course, if you want, you can add a voiceover or whatever you want after, but let me just go ahead and show you what I did for one of my other books. Now here's the finished product for this image that I did in Dream State. And you can find those when you go into Leonardo blueprints and you actually use your generations. Let me go back to that for a second. And here I am. I'm in blueprints that said your generations. So you can see here it's actually pretty nice image. Let me blow it up a little bit that you can play around with it. Now let's animate it. You can click here to say create a video and it will actually put this image in the image reference for the video. So let me get rid of this one right here. And in motion 2 or motion too fast. Now what I find with motion is that I can do something very quick with it and it actually gives me control over the motion elements. Now for this one I actually switched to motion 2 and I said, create a Dolly in effect as the book comes closer into full view of the audience. Something very simple. I wasn't going to go any extravagant right here. So let's go ahead and generate and see how that comes out.
Have an app idea but can't code? Emergent builds it.
Now here's the end result of that motion 2 for my book. And actually, I like it. It's a very subtle 5-second effect. And I can actually play around with this in many ways. It's a great way for authors to just give their book a little bit more pep so they can possibly get in front of more potential readers. Okay, so what if your product is you? Your brain, your coaching, your course. I mean, you can't exactly take a product shot of that. So when you're talking about courses and coaching, the job of your visuals is to communicate that transformation. Now, where was your client before? Where are they now that they have worked with you? And Leonardo is really great for creating conceptual visuals that tell that story because it is all about storytelling. So let's go ahead and play around with how one scene can tell a story. So I'm going to go through and I'm actually going to change from motion to, let's go with Kling. Kling has always been a pretty good video generation model. And I'm actually going to type in a prompt here that says, okay, generate a before scene where someone is overwhelmed at a messy desk and an after scene with a clean, clear workspace, confident person, calm vibe, right? Voice over dialogue, a clear mind gets more results, right? Something simple like that. So let's go ahead and generate that video and see how it comes out. Okay, so here is the finished product for this particular video. Now, there are plenty of ways that you can actually customize this, and I actually go into it in another video that you can check out over here. I'll link to it. But this is another way that you can convey a story and come up with really quick, fun commercials that your clients or potential clients will be able to see and relate to. And of course, we have one of my favorite print on demand and merchandise. Talking t-shirts, mugs, backpacks, tote packs, whatever it is. Now, with POD, you want people to see themselves, or you want your ideal customer to see themselves wearing or using your product. So how would you actually go about doing that in Leonardo? So let me show you what I have done. Now, I'm actually using Nano Banana Pro because it's pretty good as far as prompt adherence. And here is an image of a piece of clip art that I created years ago that I actually do sell in a bundle on another site. And say I wanted to actually put something like this. Halloween's coming up. And I wanted to put something like this on a backpack for a promotion. So let's go ahead and generate that. And I have here a young girl holding a backpack with this image design on one of the pockets. That's basically it. You can do something more sophisticated if you want, but this is a pretty good base prompt. So let's go ahead and generate that in Nano Banana. Now here are the results of that. You can go ahead and take a look at this. Yeah, it's actually pretty here. You can put it right here however you want. But the idea here is that you can play around with this and make sure that you can add more specificity to the prompt itself, so you can basically put it maybe on this pocket instead of up here, however it is. But whatever the product is, you can design something and then come up with a video. For example, you can say create video and then use this and create a video, maybe a 10-second commercial for customers to take a look at. It'll definitely help you to put your POD on the map because people will see it and it's a little bit different maybe than what they've seen. So there you have it. The four product types you can start promoting visually using AI and an AI platform like Leonardo. Again, you have digital products, you have KDP books, you have courses and coaching, and then you have, of course, print on demand. You don't need fancy cameras or even a design team anymore. All you really need is just a repeatable workflow. And with Leonardo, you can do it by yourself. You can go ahead and use the template in Blueprints. You can actually translate everything into a video, however it is that you wanted to do it. Now, if you're one of those people who loves to create coloring books and wants to do it in Leonardo, I actually have a video that can help you do that. You can check it out right here. So thanks for your time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.